This is the Rebel Scum Podcast. Available in video on YouTube and audio wherever you listen to your podcasts. Every week, Brock and James talk the latest rumors, news, and theories from a galaxy far, far away. Support us on Patreon for exclusive offers and join the Star Wars discussion. Patreon.com/RebelScumPodcast. Here are your hosts, Brock and James.
You are always scum. Rebel scum.
James, have you heard the Emmy nominations? Mandalorian took home is nominated for 24 or something like that.
Like the show 24?
Yes, 24. The 24 awards.
The 24, like, yes. Yeah, the Kiefer Sutherland wins them all. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that they were nominated for 24. WandaVision was 23. It's kind of insane how many. I haven't actually seen, but Giancarlo Esposito.
Yep.
Timothy Olyphant.
Yeah.
And somebody else was nominated for acting. Guest starring. Did other people guest star this year?
Reeve Karga.
Carl Weathers was nominated. That was awesome seeing Carl Weathers nominated. Almost as awesome as Don Cheadle being nominated for his 95 seconds and fucking. I still haven't seen that episode or that show, but that's awesome. Who cares? I like that he's like, I don't get it.
Yeah, he's like, what?
I guess he was really good.
I forget he's in that series. Like, I remember that episode. I'm like, oh, cool, he's in this. I'm like, oh, he comes back, and he never comes back. He works perfectly in that show. Like, even if it's just like it's like, the equivalent of like Colby Smulders or Samuel L. Jackson walking in on S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm like, yeah, this works.
Yeah,
they don't do anything big. They just have to be there. That's fine.
Okay, I haven't. Have you finished the Loki show? I haven't seen Loki yet.
I did,
but I'm hearing it's phenomenal. Whoa, here we go. Hot take.
It's good, but
Brock on the soapbox.
It's good because it's exciting. It's basically like the launching point for the next 10 years, right? Of how these movies are going to work and TV shows. But like, there's good, like the characters that are really like, what's his face? Owen Wilson. Like,
yeah, you said he was great.
He's fantastic. And, Hiddleston is great. And there's a bunch of other people that I won't, just because you haven't seen it. Like, so the cast is pretty solid.
I've seen all the spoilers. You can't have a phone.
Maybe not for you, but no,
don't spoil it for anybody. Don't spoil it for anybody else. But like, it's hard to avoid them.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
It's very hard.
Yeah. So like, it's good. It's just the plot is like, it falls into the problem of you need to know what happened before, and you kind of need to know what's coming next. Because the final villain in this is like not really explained. You get the understanding like this is a villain, but screw it. John Majors,
I know,
episode, or Jonathan Majors, fantastic actor. But like, here's the thing. I was like, I know who that is, or I know who he's going to be because it was announced he's going to be Kang in Ant-Man Quantumania. Like, great. But now it's like, it's weird watching Loki and already knowing that. And he's not really called Kang in the series. He's just called He Who Remains. So like, they could have just left it like that. This is their setup for a new Thanos. I'm not going to say it's going to be the exact same story, but like, not everyone knew who Thanos was. But at the end of Avengers, you see this purple guy and he's looking at Earth and you're like, oh, what's this? You didn't need any more explanation. And in a sense, Jonathan Majors' character in this series, it's a bigger scene, of course, and he has huge dialogue. But like, if we didn't know he was Kang, it wouldn't have affected the episode, right? So it's like we'd be like, oh, because there's no outside of he can control time or whatever. It's like he is part of the time travel or the the alternate realities, like there's no reveal that he is this character.
Interesting.
Right? He's just, that's the bad guy. He's the person that's been causing all these problems. And now they have to deal with him. And that would have been perfect. It would have been fine. But it's just like, because I know as a super fan that he's going to be Kang, it's like, well, that's less, it's the last episode. It's a little less, like, I think it would have been cool to not know that and then later piece it together or something like that. And then you have someone like Reham who watched it with me and she's like, I'm very bored of this last episode because there's a lot of explanation. There's not a lot of action, but there's too much exposition because it's like you have to explain how this whole time thing works. And like, it's nothing on the actors. It's just like, there's too much trying to be set up. Like it's too focused on this is going to launch the new thing. And then we also have to explain alternate dimensions, multiverses and stuff, which is fine, but it's all they do. Like it's sort of like you're seeing like a progression and it's like, I mean, that was good, but like it's like WandaVision was better. Winter Soldier and Falcon and Winter Soldier is better because it's like, though it's like it does seem to like they all both suffer like the fact that like you need to kind of know what's going on before. Like WandaVision, you need to understand that like you can't watch WandaVision and not have watched all the Marvel movies. You could, but if you're just like, I'm gonna watch this one episode and you have never seen those movies, you'd be completely lost and you probably wouldn't watch the next episode. So it's like, that's not really good. I mean, I understand Disney Plus and Marvel, they do a whole different thing, and it's very, very interesting. I think that's why people find it intriguing, and I think that's why a lot of people liked the last episode of Loki, because you're just like, you can see what's coming, but what do you do for the people that don't really care about that? They're just like, I have Disney Plus, I want to watch it. So it's like, is it a good episode? Sure, but it was like, I don't know. It falls under the Star Wars effect of like, I am your fathers, therefore we have to have an amazing reveal at the end of everything, and so that is kind of ruining TV and movies for us. So
yeah, because if you don't get it, we're all bored. Well, where was the twist? This isn't about a twist.
But if I had to tell you, like the next, I know Black Widow came out, but like that's still in the past. I think I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't watched it yet. But
wait, Black Widow's not in the. I thought it took place after Civil War.
It's in the past, but apparently
told from the future.
Technically, I believe Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who's in Falcon Winter Soldier, is in this movie as well.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
So then that kind of connects this new era, because I would argue WandaVision forward is all this new. What is it? Stage 4.
Yeah, Phase 4. Because this was supposed to come out. This was supposed to be the beginning of Phase 4, I think, Black Widow, but it was supposed to come out a year, like before all these shows. So
yeah. So, but like I would say that when Doctor Strange 2 comes out, you have to watch Loki. Like I would like, if you're gonna choose one or the other of the two shows you haven't seen, go to Loki, because it's like this is going to be important.
You think so?
I mean, I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. Is the next movie even? Is that Doctor Strange? That's the next one, right? Yes.
No. There's
Shang-Chi.
And then
Shang-Chi.
And then Eternals. And then Spider-Man. And then Doctor Strange.
Wow.
But Doctor Strange is going to be in Spider-Man. That's why I don't think you have to watch Loki. I think you have to watch Spider-Man to watch Doctor Strange.
But then there's like a lot of talk that apparently like Jonathan Majors' character, which is supposed to be Kang, is like, that's the big bad. So basically they kill him and now he's going to be multiple versions of Kang. So the thought is that he's going to be the villain in many different films. So it's like, is that true? And what does that mean, right? So I mean, I don't know.
See, what I'm thinking is, you have that information, so when you watch the movies, you get it. But if I don't have that information, I'll just think that there's multiple versions of the same character. Because at some point, they're going to explain a multiverse in the movies. And that's when it's going to come. That's why I think the shows are Easter eggs and like fun little side notes, but they're not. And I think Feige said they won't do like rely on. You don't have to rely on the shows. I don't know. It for me, everyone complains when Star Wars gets shrunk, but I'm just like, at some point, like, not everything needs to be that far connected anymore. Mm-hmm. It's just like, because like you said, though, it's like your hands are tied in certain things, and you do other things. It's like, well, and I don't know, and that's why I'm a bigger fan of the Bad Batch, which I still haven't finished watching.
Yeah, Bad Batch is it's still the same. It's still towing the line. They're finally getting back with Crosshair. He's much in the last 2 episodes. He's been very
great
there, and I'm sure you've heard that they're on.
Actually, I haven't heard anything about it.
They're on Ryloth, and it's like Ryloth return.
Oh, yeah, I saw who.
So now it's like Cham Samdula and Hera and Chopper.
Yeah, I saw because Disney Plus like a day later posted the video, and I was shooting a short film, and my cinematographer Sheldon loves Star Wars, and his son was there, and his son is a huge Star Wars fan too, and he goes, and we didn't get to watch the episode on Friday. Not that I would have, because I have, but he goes, oh, Disney Plus just ruined it for me. They post and he's like, well, I guess I know what's happening. So, yeah, so we found out, I think it was Saturday, like midnight on Saturday, we were wrapping up, and we saw it. We're like, great, cool. So I haven't seen it, obviously, but how was Hera in the, wait, before Hera, was Cham Syndulla Clone Wars Cham Syndulla, or like Lords of the Sith Cham? Was he like a jerk, or was he just like a good guy?
He's getting spread thin because it's like he believed in the Republic and then also the clones that were protecting them. And now it's like, now his hand is forced so often, right? So you're starting to see things happening. But yeah, it was good. It's a step in the right direction. I think there's 3 more episodes left. So it's like, cool. I don't know if you've ever noticed this. I notice this when I do Holo News, when I'm looking up stuff so I can cut and paste. There's so many times there's an art, like one website is like, when episode 13 of Bad Batch is going to come out, when episode 10 is going to come out. I'm like, Friday.
Yeah, it's weekly.
Friday. It's going to come up Friday at 3 a.m. our time, 12 Pacific. I'm like,
those clicks.
I never open it. I'm like, I just see it.
I think they're just trying to get people who are looking for what's gonna, like, spoilers in the episodes, and they're we'll get the people who want spoilers. That's what we'll do. I don't know if it works or not. It might work. That's why they keep doing it. What do I know? I don't know much. Hey, but speaking of spoilers, you know, all this Obi-Wan news is dropping now.
Did. Tell us, James. What is it?
Okay, Han from Fast and Furious. He was.
You can't say Han on a Star Wars podcast.
I know, that's why you have to clarify. Have you seen Fast 9? I haven't seen Fast 9.
No.
Neither have I.
I'm like, wow, this is a totally different movie.
Fantasia just watched all of them for the very first time. 1 through 8 for the very first time. All 8. Anyway, somebody tweeted that there was something funny about the title of 10. It's like fast tense or something like that. I can't remember. It was it was fun. The family memes got old pretty fast. The Vin Diesel family.
Oh, it died so quickly. Oh my
God. It was overdone. Like the Anakin Padme one had like, it was good, but the Vin Diesel one was funny at first, and it was just like, you can't just throw family in. Like, it just didn't work. But it was funny. It was good to see it thriving. Space Jam 2 beat Black Widow at the theater this weekend. Okay, so Han from Fast and Furious, apparently he mentioned that he saw Vader and Jedis on set. And the rumor is he'll be playing an Inquisitor on the Obi-Wan show. To which, to all of the above, I say, yes, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's nothing. I don't know. He's probably fired now, but there's nothing that he said that like makes me go, that doesn't sound good. Everything I'm like, Vader, sure. Jedi, I don't know how, but sure. Like maybe Inquisitors are hunting down Jedi. Vader, like sure, I'm in, all in. And then him playing an Inquisitor again, 100% all in. I love Inquisitors. I want to see more Inquisitors. We've never seen an Inquisitor in live action. Bring it. Now is the time. Do it.
Yeah.
Especially with Fallen Order. Like the Inquisitor was so good in Fallen Order, all of them, and like Erin is like, I like she was really into Inquisitor. She'd never heard of one before that game, so starting to bring it to mainstream now and live action TV show Disney Plus is the best way to do it.
Yeah, no, I mean it's so true. Like when you said we haven't seen an Inquisitor in real life, I'm like, wait, no, I'm like, oh right, that's a video game because it's so real that you're like, oh
yeah, like. And there's 2 in that one, right? 2 solid Inquisitors in that one.
Yeah,
I need more.
It's like one of them, the big one, the big sister. I'm just looking it up.
Which is the 9th, 5th,
9th, I think. Yeah, because 5th sister is the one in Rebels that is what's her face, Sarah Michelle Gellar. 9th sister, yeah, like. That like 9th sister, I've brought this up before, was in like the Darth Vader comic.
Yeah.
And then in the video game. So it's just like, yeah, put Inquisitors in it. Like, it's wild. Like, it's sort of like, I would say, like the original like Grand Inquisitor in Rebels never really like grabbed me. I'm like, yeah, he's a villain. But then it's just like how they kill him off, but then he comes back and it turns out that like he was a Jedi. I forget what that is, like Guardian, Sentinel in the Jedi Temple. So it's like I like that idea that like they didn't kill all the Jedi. Some of them they switched over to the dark side.
Yeah, I love that.
And like I mean a lot of people can argue that Inquisitors are like they spit upon the rule of 2, but like I don't know, it works so well and it makes sense. You know what I mean? There's like we never call them Sith, we call them Inquisitors, right? It's like I love that. I want to like explore that way more. The comics have been doing a great job, but like, oh man. So yeah, I mean, he says Inquisitor, but he doesn't say which Inquisitor.
No.
And like, they've never because there's like 10th brother who's in the comic, but they don't have like, here are all 10 of the brothers and here are all the 10 of the sisters. So you can just like make as many as you want, really.
No, absolutely. And I want to see them all in live action. Starting with it. I think Obi-Wan, there's also like Leia is rumored to be in Obi-Wan, like a little Leia apparently rumored was cast to be in it. We'll talk about that a little bit on Never Tell Me the Odds, but I've always said I have no idea what this show is about and what the purpose of the show would be. And if this show is about, what if the show's not about Obi-Wan as much as it's about Obi-Wan trying to rescue Force-sensitive children around the galaxy from Inquisitors? I'm kind of like, I don't want to speculate too much on things because that's probably not what it is at all. It's probably literally just about Obi-Wan Kenobi on Tatooine roasting marshmallows or something. But like, I don't know. I think of Inquisitors hunting down Force-sensitive children and killing them, and Obi-Wan being like, well, I got to protect them because they might come here and they might get over to Alderaan if they start to figure that out. And I'm kind of like, I'm in on that. I'm down for it.
Yeah, and it makes total sense because that's like one of the storylines out of Rebels. I'm like, it would totally work. It would totally work. You could take the same story, do it twice, and people would buy it. The fans will be like, oh, this is how they began doing it. And it's like, and then people are like, oh, whoa, they're villains because they're going after kids. Like, it's a home run. I don't want things to be that predictable, like I always say, but like, why not, man? You wrote it.
But like
Credit.
yeah, but like you do that, and then okay, that's predictable. But then there's the meat of the story is unpredictable in whatever way they want to. They flip it around. So I don't know what it is. It's sounding more and more. I like everyone when Solo came out, everyone was like, I want the Obi-Wan movie. Not that I didn't want Obi-Wan, but I always wanted the Solo movie too. But I just was like, but I don't know what you do with Obi-Wan because I've kind of like people are like, hey, Vader's already had his movie, and I'm like, yeah, but so has Obi-Wan. Like we've seen Obi-Wan as a kid, and then as an adult, like an old guy. Like we've seen his story, his arc. Like what else is there to tell on Obi-Wan? But the more I'm hearing about this, the more I am all in. And, whether or not these are the original scripts or those rewritten ones that they did last year, the year before, whatever. It's exciting. Deborah Chow's directing. So, this series, whether it's 4 episodes or 6 episodes and limited, it's in good hands. And it's sounding like it's going to be an event show.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
Do you feel like these shows... Oh, sorry, go on.
No, that's good. I was just going to say, and Vader's going to be in it.
And Vader.
Oh, my God.
Hayden Christensen. But do you feel like these Marvel shows and The Mandalorian have been event shows?
No. I mean... Not Mandalorian, but Mandalorian has, like, set a precedent in the sense I was like, here's what a Star Wars show would look like. And I would say it succeeds. And then like does a good job of like introducing like isn't it funny how I critiqued Loki for setting up future titles, but we loved how Mandalorian did it. It's like it's gonna be this show and this show and this show, and you're like, oh, it's like perfect. It's like I think at one point we're like, this feels forced, but then you're like, oh, this does make sense. So it's like Loki's done, so it's like I can't be like, oh, maybe we'll understand in a couple episodes, but like no, I wouldn't call Mandalorian an event thing, though. With these new shows, Ahsoka and Boba Fett, and maybe Rangers of the New Republic,
I think that's canned.
That is officially canned. Either way, those 2 other shows that kind of exist side by side with Mandalorian, like you could have an event down the road if you're like really smart, like just copy what the Arrowverse is doing. But like I wouldn't. People might say yes to Loki because it is sort of, but it's not. It's like WandaVision was a better show just in like, oh yes, the final showdown. There's like there doesn't feel like there's a showdown in the last episode of Loki. Maybe it doesn't need to. I don't know. Like it's, but no, I don't think I would. Like, I don't think if you make a Loki movie or a Scarlet Witch movie. Or even Mandalorian. No, or like a Bo-Katan movie or a Ahsoka movie. How about that? I don't think people will look at them as event movies. I think they'll do well because there's like it's Star Wars and Marvel. Like they have a built-in fan base already. So it's like it's a no-brainer. It's just a matter of like how many billions of dollars are you gonna make? Like Black Widow's doing well right now, but that's because people can finally go to the movies, and there's nothing really to compete with. I don't know. I mean, there is Space Jam, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like they didn't make $1 billion in the first weekend, but COVID.
Did you see though? I believe it made of the standalone. Yeah, but of the standalone Marvel movies, it's still like in the top 4, I think.
Yeah, which is good. I'm not downplaying it. Like people.
Like I think it's Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Iron Man 1, which is incredible, and then Black Widow. So it did well with all things. Without COVID, it probably would have done a lot more.
Yeah, I think I heard it made like 80 in the States first weekend and 60 on Disney Plus. I didn't even hear like international. It was like Disney
it's not
Plus.
even. I don't even think it's in China yet.
Yeah, like it's so. That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
I will say though, I'm not gonna pay money for Black Widow on Disney Plus, but I might pay it for Jungle Cruise.
Really?
Only because it's the first movie where you have to pay extra that I'm actually like, yeah, I think I might pay that. Still a little high. I do want to see that movie though.
Yeah, $35 a Canadian is
Still a lot.
I
A lot.
You know what? You get it forever. Okay, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It is
And
a
it's
lot.
gonna be on Disney Plus in October. Like that's not very far.
Yeah,
away.
that's why someone asked me if I was getting a Black Widow. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm not personally not that interested. But also, I'll watch it in September, like October, whatever. I'm gonna watch when it's on. I'll probably watch it, but I'm not gonna pay $35 to rent it when. Yeah, not that. There is one movie. I'm not gonna say what it is, but there's one movie that I am going to pay to rent, and that's that. It's not Jungle Cruise. It's not. Although I did like the trailer for Jungle Cruise. It's kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean meets The Rock.
Yeah.
And
I hope it does well, because that ride needs an update. Though it is a great ride. If you're in Disney World, is it?
Yeah,
in Disneyland?
it's in Magic Kingdom. I didn't get to do it when I went because weather.
Oh man, it's
I
real
love
good.
it. I've done it many
because
times.
it's like it hinges completely on that your tour guide in the boat is really funny because like the animatronics are like so outdated that you're like, yep, there's a hippo. Do you remember like back in the day in the 90s when like every like Friday family show would go to Disney at some point
because they were all on ABC.
Yeah, the TGIFs. I think Full House did it specifically, where they go on the Jungle Cruise and like they make it seem like the animals are so much more real. They're like they're like I think somebody falls out. I remember like seeing that as a kid and being like freaked out. I'm like I'll never go on that, and I have been on it. It's so old, but it's still good. I was just like yeah. So I hope the movie does well, and then they can update that ride. That'd be sweet.
I like Pirates of the Caribbean when they put Johnny Depp in it. My niece, who was 5, 6, whatever she was at the time, we're on the thing because every ride at Disney is also a boat ride. It's a boat. I love them. Yeah. I love the Donald Duck one in Mexico and Epcot is the best by far. But but like Johnny Depp and Pirates of the Caribbean were on the ride, and my niece was like, it's Jack Sparrow, like just like the ride. Suddenly, because she associated with the movie that she had seen, meant something more to her. Because even though it's the same thing, only it's Johnny Depp in a barrel or whatever, it's a lot of fun. So I hope, yeah, you're right. It needs an update. I don't know how you update that ride without. They should just put real animals in there.
Real animals.
Real.
Yeah, that'll go over real well.
But I do love that every ride at Disney's a boat. They're like, we'll make it a new Avatar ride. What do? Get them on a boat. All right. It's fun. It is. So anyway, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's go to the odds. You want to go to the odds?
Let's do it.
All right.
Sir, the possibility of successfully navigating an asteroid field is approximately 3,720 to 1.
Never tell me the odds.
Never Tell Me the Odds, brought to you by Patreon.com. Head on over to patreon.com/Rebel Scum Podcast and support us. We greatly appreciate it. It takes a lot to make this show happen. Sometimes I have to turn on my computer. So any help you can provide is great, and we like to celebrate all our fun patrons that support us, like the people I am about to say, and then James will say some others. Heidi Feder, executive producer, Barry Brophy, Dennis Allen, Randy Kenobi, Mary Kristen Aton, Jeff Wilson, Phil Stanifor, Suna Thrawn, Scott D, Josh Price, Matt W,
Raz, Frank Perkins, Neil Lowry, D. Raven Spencer, Cosmic Girl 02, Gleek Play 1, Disney Desi, Charlotte, Kayla Davis, Aaron Quinton, Denna Nerds, and the Girls with Sabers.
What? Thank you so much to all those people that support us. It is fantastic.
Yes, thank you so much. Patreon.com/Scum Podcast. Never tell me the odds. Our first odd, the odds that Obi-Wan will feature at minimum, will have at least 2 amazing lightsaber duels. At least 2.
I mean, that's all personal opinion if they're amazing, but I'm gonna say 100%. Like, come on, they gotta they gotta have at least 2. That'd be fantastic.
I'm gonna go 89%.
Wow.
Do it! We haven't asked for, Star Wars fans haven't asked for anything. We've been nothing but nice and polite since the Disney purchase. Give us a go. Our next odd, the odd, Leia Organa will need protection from Obi-Wan Kenobi at some point in the show. Will she? I have a feeling, Brock, that Obi-Wan's going to go visit Bail Organa and be like, "Hi, I'm Leia, Princess of Alderaan," and she'll run off.
She'll have the English accent.
Yeah. So will she need protection at some point?
Protection from him, or
no, not from. He will have to protect her from.
Okay, I'm gonna go 60%. I like that idea. So, and it would be great. Like, don't make it about Luke, make it about Leia. Like, I'm sure there'll be a mention of Luke at some point, but like, yeah.
Full Brock. Because I can see that scenario where he just visits Bail Organa or vice versa, and they talk, and she's there. But then also in that episode, because it's Star Wars, something will go awry, and he'll have to protect her. So I'm going to go full Brock on that one. And our final odd today, the odds that Darth Vader and Obi-Wan will be the last scene in the series.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love that. It should be like they never lightsaber battle, and then it's like the very last scene is like they ignite the lightsabers and then credits. You know,
yeah, like, oh! It's like the Godzilla movie. They're like, Godzilla's coming, cut.
The end of like Sopranos, where you're like, did he die? We'll never know.
I'm tweeting a picture of us.
75%. I think so. Yeah.
61.
Oh wow.
Because I kind of also feel though that it'll end with both of them, but they won't be in the same scene together. They'll be in like different parts of the guy. Like, I will come to get you, Obi-Wan. That's my Vader impression. It's pretty good.
Yeah. That works. Yeah.
And he's like, "You'll never get me, Vader." If he even knows that Vader's Anakin at that point, he might learn it in this show, which is also exciting.
Yeah.
Call me. Those are our odds. Let us know what your odds are in the comments down below. That was a really quick never tell me the odds.
That's how we do.
You ready for the news?
Let's do it.
Holla news, da 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 da. Holla news, da 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 da. Holla da 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 da. Holla news. And the mic is off.
Holla news, the news you need to know right now. Guess what? Hasbro is planning on releasing a 6-inch. Do you like it? I'll just pause at 6-inch. They announced that the Rancor from Return of the Jedi will be brought into a 6-inch scale Star Wars The Black Series line, which will be crowdfunded. HasLab, which is part of Hasbro, will put on a crowdfunded campaign to reach its targets for production of a 6-inch Rancor Black Series, of course. Michael Balog, Hasbro's vice president of the Star Wars brand, said, following the success of the previous 2 HasLab campaigns for Star Wars The Vintage Collection, our team is so thrilled to offer the fans the first ever HasLab project from the Black Series. We hope fans of the Black Series line are prepared for this iconic creature to join their 6-inch scale collection. So if you didn't know, HasLab launched in 2018 the Jabba's sail barge, the Katana, which set sail with just under 10,000 backers in their crowdfunding. And then in 2020, they added Razor Crest from The Mandalorian with also crowdsourced backing. Go on down to StarWars.com for more details on this exciting new announcement. And then make like Malakili the Rancor Keeper to secure your own prize bet. Sometimes I love just reading whoever the original writer was on this. And speaking of Jabba, guess what? Jabba will be in Boba Fett's comic. Where's the title? War of the Bounty Hunters, specifically the Boba Fett. I'm so glad I just cut and paste and didn't read it. But it's coming out. You go head over to comicwatch.com to see a preview of him returning to comics. It was penciled by Luca Pizzari and Ibrahim Robertson, and the cover by Mahmoud Asrar. And you can get that, your own copy of it, July 21st in 2021. Go on down to a comic book shop. They miss you. Give them your money. We also see that Cassian Andor, Gail Garcia Bernal might play a role as he's quite close with Diego Luna, who is Cassian Andor in the upcoming Andor. They've been in many films together. Then Bernal told The Independent that he gives some thought to joining the Star Wars universe to play a character opposite Luna as Andor, be it friend, foe, or family. He said, if Cassian Andor ever needs to find his lost brother or something, then maybe they can call me. Or his antagonist. That would be cool, actually, in a galaxy far away. I mean, I'm curious. If something comes along that is interesting like that, I would consider it, I guess. You gotta love when people are like, yeah, I'd go to be in a Star Wars movie. You're like, sure. And we mentioned before, The Mandalorian has been nominated for several Emmy Awards coming up in the next month or so. And they have been nominated for the following: Outstanding Directing for a Drama Series, Jon Favreau; Outstanding Writing for a Drama Series, Dave Filoni; Outstanding Writing for a Drama Series, Jon Favreau; Outstanding Casting for a Drama Series, Outstanding Fantasy Sci-Fi Costumes; Outstanding Special Visual Effects in a Season or a Movie; Outstanding Cinematography for a Single Camera Series; Outstanding Cinematography for a Single Camera Series, half hour. The other one was 1 hour. Outstanding Sound Editing for a Comedy or Drama Series. Outstanding Production Design for a Narrative Period or Fantasy Program, 1 hour or more. Outstanding Sound Mixing for a Comedy or Drama Series, 1 hour. Outstanding Stunt Coordination. Outstanding Stunt Performance. Outstanding Single Camera Picture Editing for a Drama Series. Apparently a bunch of episodes were four episodes 11, 13, 15, and 16, or sorry, chapter 11, 13, 15, 16 were nominated for Outstanding Single Camera Picture Editing for a Drama Series, Outstanding Period and or Character Hairstyling, Outstanding Prosthetic Makeup, and Outstanding Music Composition for a Series or Original Dramatic Score. Ugh. All this and more. And this has been your Hollow News.
Ooh. Couldn't even reach the 25 awards, so.
I've never said outstanding so many times.
Because you never talked about our podcast.
Oh, snap.
Hey-oh, top 5.
Top 5. What's today's top 5?
Just going to be
Can
having
I inquire?
We're just going to put a bunch of numbers in front of the word sister or brother. It's top 5 Inquisitors.
Woo.
My number 5, I'm going to change the game. It's the Grand Inquisitor.
Oh.
Might not be the most intriguing of the Inquisitors, but it was the very first one that we ever got to know. And the Grand Inquisitor opened the door for the rest of them. So there we go.
My number 5 is going to be the Unknown Inquisitors, because in one of my favorites, the stories where they brought the Inquisitors from Rebels into the Darth Vader series, Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith. You see a male Twi'lek and a female Inquisitor that are like they're a couple or something like that. They don't get numbers because they basically die in that comic, but they are plotting against Vader or Tarkin or the Emperor or whatever. So like Vader puts an end to it. They're only there for like one issue, but I was like, wow, that's crazy. It's like it was cool to see how cutthroat Vader is. So those ones.
Awesome. I haven't read it. Fifth brother. He was, I think, the original design for Kylo Ren was the fifth brother from Rebels, and they use him there. A Jedi Hunter, the fifth brother. He goes my number 4.
My number 4 is gonna be 10th brother because he was a Jedi in the short-lived Mace Windu comic, and then they put him in. I think it was revealed later. I feel like people didn't figure it out right away, or it wasn't announced right away. So when he was in like the Darth Vader comics, like, oh, that's crazy, because it was a big reveal that was him. So yeah.
My number 3 is the 9th sister. We just talked about her a little while ago. She's pretty awesome, badass, and she spans different platforms. So, the 9th sister.
My number 3 is gonna be Grand Inquisitor because it's like, yeah, I like the precedent that was set, and like I said before, like I enjoy that he was a Jedi, and you see a fall from grace, and like, yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, and he kicked everything off. You can't beat it. And my number 2. My number 2. Second word sister, first word 7th. From Rebels, the spinny lightsaber, pretty kick-ass. Oh, yeah. Big fan of the 7th sister.
Sarah Michelle Gellar voiced, which is cool because Kanan was voiced by her husband. I'm like, yeah.
What? Spoilers.
I gotta go 9th sister for number 2. She's always stood out to me. I like her little helmet, and then like I was blown away when they put her in the video game. I was like, yeah. She's like, she wasn't in Rebels. She was only in the comic, and then they threw her in the movie. I was like, that's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yep.
And my number 1, it's another sister, the second sister.
Second sister, yeah, mine too.
Badass, good backstory. Really was fleshed out a lot more than I expected. Really, really enjoy. I guess we'll never get that character again. Maybe never say never, I guess. But real huge fan of the second sister.
Yeah, like it's like we said earlier. It's like it blows my mind that like a character in a video game felt real. That was a video. That felt real. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like, no, that's not a real person. I'm sure, like...
I mean, it is, but it's not.
The face is modeled after the voice actor, which I love that about the Star Wars games. But, yeah, I don't know. So, great.
That's our top 5. Let us know what your top 5 are. Top 5 Inquisitors. I mean, it's just putting numbers with brother and sister. And really, that's how it goes.
It would give valid reasons. It works.
Yeah, for sure. But it's great. I love Inquisitors, and I really hope we get to see more of them in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
Mm-hmm.
Should be a good time.
Absolutely.
Maybe we'll get hopefully some Boba Fett news coming up soon, some Andor news coming up, some more Star Wars facts coming up would be a lot of fun to have. Star Wars, I just can't. You know, the fall, like summer's, we're in full swing in summer, but you can feel like fall is watching us from around the corner now. Like we're at that point in the summer now where fall's like, get your sweater ready. You see me? See me? Little while to go. Just, you know, one more month and a half. Like in Canada, maybe a week. But it's there. It's looking at us saying, hey. And that's when we're gonna get all of the Boba Fett stuff. October is Boba Fett. No, I'm probably wrong. But anyway, I mean it comes out in December, but I'm thinking our first real look will be October, I think.
Yeah.
We'll get something by the end of the summer that'll be like, ooh, and then October will be like,
yeah, can't wait. Wow. I mean, can't believe it. They've done it. They've done it again. Nothing has happened.
And yet, we still obsess over it because it's awesome. I'm going to catch up on Bad Batch. If it rains this week, I'm going to do it. You have my word. All right, Brock. Anything else you want to say tonight?
No. it's not really Star Wars, but the new Masters of the Universe it premieres on Netflix on Friday of this week. Directed by Kevin Smith, but Mark Hamill is the voice of Skeletor, so that's why I'm mentioning it. We do Star Wars here, and I don't know if you knew he was in a Star Wars many years ago.
Which one?
4.5. Remember that short time where like the DVDs were like X-Men 1 or X-Men 2.0?
Yes, yeah, the good old days. Like, oh jeez, oh man. Well, DVDs can get away with it. Hopefully, we never have to go through that again, but we will, because they're gonna learn how to get money from us one way or another. All right, this has been a lot of fun. We missed last week. We're back this week. A lot of fun. We'll be back hopefully next week. Fingers crossed. It's summertime. It's summertime. We don't know what's going on.
Summertime.
I'm looking forward to the He-Man show. He-Man's awesome. Kevin Smith's awesome. Mark Hamill's awesome. It looks awesome. So it's awesome. Should be awesome. And until then, it's Brock. I'm James. And he was always Scum.
Rebel Scum.
Hey scumbags, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our video. As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rebel Scum Podcast, for all the latest videos.